Hey everyone, welcome back to more Necromunda Underhive Wars. I'm DisturbingPuppet. This is my Escher gang, the Mad Jackals. So this is the group I think we're going to take out on the next mission. Still trying to get everyone up to level 10. The only one who is not level 10 is Chris. 10 is the max level. So once you do that, you can still get XP, you can still level up some stuff. It's just that you don't get any more points towards pushing up your stats above kind of your starting maximums. So it kind of limits your growth a little bit. I'm looking at potentially changing out some skills for some people. So like we have Killing Spree here, which isn't really doing much good on Big Sue. Most of the other stuff I think is pretty good. We've got 2 auras, which is also kind of a waste. Precision's decent, Shifty Ruse is good, so it's kind of hard to say which is better there. I haven't even checked what some of these do. Just decreasing costs and things. Yeah, some of this stuff's pretty standard. We've got on, things like weapon barrier. Self-preservation is just kind of nice. Killing spree, though, we've got to actually take people out of action with her, which I don't do that much. I think I was doing it early on, but now that we're running into more armored and tougher opponents, mostly with her, I'm just hurting people and not actually killing them. So that might be something to change. So we kind of got set up with some more long-range people. I want to take Mora again because we've had cases in the last few missions where there were salvage caskets or things that I couldn't get to, and only someone with a grapple, which is this class, the Deadeye, can actually get to them. So yeah, we're going to take out this group, I think. A lot of long-range firepower. We've got longer range here with Big Sue and the needle rifle here on Air, so they both have the same range. A little bit shorter, we've got the heavy bolter on Little Sue. Now, I could swap out this autocannon for a heavy bolter. I do have, I think, a level 5 on her, and I don't think I have another 5. I think I've got 4s. She does have decent stats for it. She's actually got pretty good crit chance with the accuracy of 20. So the bolters, heavy plasma guns are really, really focused on critting. So having the accuracy increases your crit chance of those shots. So that's something to kind of think about. I looked at potentially a las cannon, but the las cannons typically do less damage than the autocannons, so we're kind of sitting on it for now. I might think about, like I said, the skills and stuff. We'll kind of see as we progress. But it's time for the next mission. So what do we have available? We can either go get some grog, or we can get some batteries. This one is actually worth a little bit more resource-wise, so maybe we'll do this one. It's got the big freaky spiders. Switchyard, yeah, we've seen both of these maps before. Yeah, let's go for the batteries. There's a tiny bit more up for grabs. Hopefully it'll split it up so that they have some fights for both territories. Nobody gets a free run. Alright, good. So the Goliath and the Neon Core gonna fight it out. They kind of bang each other up a little bit, and the Vansar gang, the Neon Core, come ahead. Alright, and we're taking on the other Eschers. So one-on-one fight should be pretty decent. We've actually got a better gang rating than them with this particular setup. I was really worried about the gang ratings and stuff as we're kind of looking at which level to play at for the operation. It was kind of showing, what, 5,800 or something, and I'm at 4,000. But I think that's just taking into account the gangers that you have in reserves as well. So I don't think the numbers are really that accurate. So as we're kind of jumping into this, and most of the other gangs were about the same rating as me. I also don't know how much gear factors into your ratings. I've only seen up to level 6 on gear, and I've only seen a few level 6 items, really, not that much. So I don't know if it actually goes higher. There's the big freaky dead spider. Dead or frozen or something. Alright, batteries are scattered. Salvage casket, alright. So in this case, doesn't really matter having a Deadeye with us, although she's good for doing damage. We're probably slower. Yeah. 1 point though, I'm actually getting a little faster. The more it kind of averages out all of your different um, people to see who's got the best initiative. They've taken this really nice spot up top. Which I'm not a fan of. I probably want to take like this. I've got some cover between me and them, some distance. I can go straight down and get some batteries, but most of them are actually in this building. Deploying here is not so great. They have a real height advantage on you. I could go here, though. We could kind of be in the middle, and then I could kind of rush for this building. Either one's doable, really. We could take either position. They've got a way to get down here really quickly, so I kind of want to challenge that, stop them from coming down. Yeah, let's deploy here. I could set somebody up over in that other spot, though. Maybe air or my heavy, but the range, like even the longer range weapon, it's probably only going to cover like to that zip line. I don't think it's going to go much further than that. So let's put, yeah, Morag can go here for sure. Oh, they decided to take it. Really? All right. Well, that's not nice. Well, I've got a new target. We're just going to kill you. How about that? Let's see if they split up anymore, or just leave that one. I'm not a fan of you being there. Yeah, I'll put you there. So I'm going to go hard after that one individual person that's there by themselves. For sure. Okay. So that's pretty close, but I can't do anything till they actually deploy. The others are pretty far back there. There's the big freaky spider. Let's see. Let's take our time initially, so let's go ahead and get Little Sue in first and get her set up. Okay, actually, that is that one that deployed by herself there, taking the action. So she's chem something herself, that'll give her some extra movement, and she's ambushing. She doesn't even have a weapon. I mean, she's got grenades and stuff that she can toss around. So she backed off quite far, actually. That spider is just freaky. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get a safeguard up, which I like. It, I think, doubles the cost. Yeah, it doubles the cost of any offensive action against anybody inside the zone. We're going to get tune-up set, because that's more crit chance, which apparently causes me to levitate temporarily. I'm going to entrench, so I can get some action points back, so I can at least overwatch somewhere, just in exchange for movement. And I'm going to head over here. Let's take a peek. I am pretty sure I cannot hit her because of the range. So just out of curiosity. Yeah, she's a little far back there. So I could stay on the edge here where I've got some vision. But she's really the only one that's there. If I go in close, I can't really see much. Yeah, we'll do it here. That's fine. It kind of helps cover the elevator, too, if they want to come in on the elevator. I mean, that would be kind of suicidal, but they might do it. Take a knee. We'll push in with some more people over on that side. Yeah, sure, let's go with Big Sue. And we'll just push in. Big Sue's actually quite quick. So for you, I want to get Shifty Ruse up. This gives action points back. Decreases disengagement as well, but that's not really the main focus. I could go ahead and get the Aura Precision, or the tune-up up, I meant. So that's increased crit chance, but then I don't have a lot else, and I'd have to entrench to do anything. So I'm going to just go ahead and move in. I've got extra range on this, but I don't really have good line of sight. Still out of range. I could creep in here. How's that? Still, oh, she's just barely. There we go. I do have a shot there. 85% honestly isn't awful, but I would probably have more if I just go around here. Or not. It can just be 85. Alright, well, yeah, she's just a little bit in range. Sure, let's light her up, see what we can do. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just not that much. anymore because everyone's got decent armor, everyone's got decent evade chance, that kind of stuff. I'm going to back up because I do have range on her side. So I'm going to pull back here where I can't really be seen and take a knee. So yeah, one shot with her just isn't enough. It's just going to soften up a target slightly. That's about it. All right. They're going to push in. She's probably just going to head inside, going for the batteries. Or not. Alright, I know she's in ambush stance. We could have Morag go and try to light her up if I can get in range. I've got further range with air, but we're only doing like damage over time with the needle rifle. And nobody else is really around for me to go after. Yeah, let's have Morag take a few shots if I can get in range. So we're going to have to move in. And this is definitely not in range. Kind of see. We've got to move quite a bit up. Yeah, we can get in range. So what are our options? Take a shot. What's our crit chance? 20%. Graze is actually pretty high on her at the moment. Double tap. If we crit, we get some action points back. It does give me plus 10% crit chance, so it'd be roughly 30% probably. Or I can take 2 shots with a higher graze chance. 20%. I'm only really going to get 1 shot off otherwise. Let's take 2 shots and see what we can do. Okay, 1 hit her, 1 hit the armor. Didn't really do much, but she is in bad shape. Yeah, we'll reload. I've only got 1 shot left. That'll also help clear the kind of build up on the jam there. I can't do much else. She's got a bad knee, so she doesn't really want to kneel down. We'll just move back a little bit. She is hurting. If I can tag her with some toxin, that might be enough that she'll drop. How much health do you have left? 61. Yeah, it wouldn't be enough. The toxin does about 40 damage. Toxic. Avlatrix. She's a heavy. You have that. Could be a heavy bolter. Nah, it looks like a plasma gun, maybe. Nope, definitely not. So yeah, that's got to be a heavy bolter. She tagged me. It costs a lot for her to do that. I think we want to go after that heavy. So she tagged Big Sue a little bit. Let's get air up. We can tag the heavy and get some toxin going on her. I've got good range here, so I just need line of sight. Where is she? She's up there. Oh, actually, she tagged Big Sue, who is not covered by the safeguard. Yeah, let's take a shot. Okay, so we got her, so she's now taking poison damage. Doing the reload gives me cheap attacks. Nobody's in range of my skull, and stacking toxin doesn't actually work, so I'm going to come out here. Take a pot shot at you. So now you can take some toxin. I don't know, she resisted. Let me check and see if she's actually taken toxin. Just go right to the debuffs. Nervous, right leg shrapnel, shell shock, corneal abrasions, heavily wounded, toxin, yeah. I think I upgraded the gun, but it's still only doing 40 damage. So it seems like that must be the max. Which is unfortunate. If I move in, I could send the servo skull at her, but I don't know if we can get close enough. No. Nobody's in range. That's too bad. Alright, the heavy over there is my main concern, actually. It would be nice if I'm in this zone, it gives my heavy a little bit of protection, so each person inside the aura gives her, I think, some hit resistance. So I'm just going to kind of hang out just in here and take a knee, where I'm somewhat covered. Yeah, that heavy is definitely an issue. Let's see if she pushes over on the side of the heavy, or she takes off somewhere else. Waz tricks. So she's probably headed for the batteries. Oh, she's anointing her gun. Ambushing. Okay, so the question is, well, I can't reach the heavy, so even if I wanted to get up there to kill her, I can't. I could get into pistol range, for sure. I don't know if I can get into pistol range of her. She's pretty far back there. So that's about my movement right there. That line. The problem is, yeah, I'd like to do some damage to her so the toxin would take her out. It's not going to kill her at the moment. I could move up. I can't get a charge off, so I can't get into close combat where I would do the most damage, but I could take some pot shots at the heavy. But that's dangerous for me in the long run if I don't have some cover. Is there any cover here? Just want to look and see. Not really. There's some barrels I could try to use. We could take shots and then kind of duck around the corner. You can see my range is quite close. I do have a pretty decent pistol here, and it's pretty cheap to shoot. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to... not sure what happened there. Okay, a little bit of damage. She's actually got a lot of health. Fortunately, that's it for my shots for action points. Don't have a ton of movement, but I can kind of, sort of... Well, okay, that's not as good as I was hoping. I thought we could get around that corner just barely, but I can't, so that's a bit of a problem. This might actually be better, using the barrels. I could Jolt Seed. That's going to give me more initiative, so it would make me a little faster if I want to get off faster next time. Yeah, let's do that, actually. So if I can go in and charge her down next time if I've got faster initiative. But she's got one more person to take an action with. We'll see what they do. Moinen. Got a flamer. She might come over and just flame me. Flame Chris. That looks like what she's going to do. No, she's overwatching with a flamer. Alright. Okay, that makes it a lot harder for me to deal with that heavy. What's the heavy's initiative? I want to go before the heavy. Try to get some damage in. 94. So, everybody beats her. Big Sue could try to light her up. We could have Little Sue light her up. I can't do a lot with air unless I switch weapons and move in closer. I don't know if Big Sue can do enough damage. Let's go with Little Sue. Alright, Mazine, are you going to go down after the batteries or are you going to cause problems? Alright, she's going down after batteries. I usually would try to knock out at least half of a gang before I mess around with grabbing objectives at all. It's just too dangerous. You lose access to weapons, picking stuff up. Okay, she's overwatching inside, where all the generators or something are. Alright. So I just need to creep on over. I could spread some shots if I have decent chance to hit. 100% on you. 100% on you. So yeah, I could go ahead and split some shots. We've got Heroic Barrage. At least 2 at Toxic. I mean, I'd like to take her down for sure. But I'm going to split it up a little bit. Okay, we actually got Toxic and hurt Avmoin quite a bit. I thought we might just barely not take out her Toxic, and she might drop to the Toxin proc that we had on her. But instead, we kind of wrecked everybody's day. My gun is close to jamming, and I can't really do anything about it. So I just want to duck into cover, and then take a knee, probably. Right. Where can I go? If I can get over and get Chris in my zone, that'll give both of us a little bit of protection. Okay, we walk in to get sprayed a little bit, but that kind of leaves it so that Chris could actually go charge her down and wreck her day. I'm just going to take a knee here. So we're going to push that for sure. The question is, who do I want to do it? Chris still needs XP, so let's go ahead and go with Chris. She's going faster because we gave her the meds and stuff. And I could just shoot. I'm going to see if I can actually attack her on the stairs. Sometimes it's really weird about positioning for close combat attacks. Alright, it's fine. So, pretty high graze chance if I go for the double attacks. I could reduce that by doing an unbalancing strike first. Sure, let's do that. Okay. So now she's got a 0% chance to graze. Let's hammer her a couple times. Which is actually 4 times because it's 2 per action. With the sword, very, very nice. Got free reload, so we'll do that. What else do I want to do? Anything? Kind of wrecking them up close. Do I have any inventory space if I stow weapons? I do. So if I stow both my weapons to carry stuff, I can grab one thing. So we can take a look at their loot and see what they got. Level 1 acid thrower is all you have. That's pretty unfortunate for you. Check your heavy. Level 1 heavy bolter. So that's why it didn't do that much damage to me, probably. It was just a level 1. Okay. Nobody's still up there. Taken out 2. She's hurt as well. I don't have the action points to get close to actually hurt her. It'd be nice if I could do some damage. Well, actually, I get pretty close there. As long as I'm careful about Waztrix here. I don't know, she is an ambush stance, so it's not too likely I can sneak by here. It depends. The pillar will get in the way a little bit. I'm going to try to sneak up here. Oh, I can't see her because there's a stupid pipe in the way. Crap. And I can kind of see her legs. It's a very low chance to hit, though. Yeah, I can't get anywhere where that pipe is not in the way. 12%. 20%. 29. I might take a 29. Nah, she evaded. Yeah, I mean, 29 was worth it. If we could land the shot, then she would die to the toxin for sure. can ambush here. So I'm going to kind of position... I don't know if it's going to let me stay this close to the zipline, though. It's probably going to push me away. Yeah, it doesn't like me here. So I've got my ambush set up. Waztrix is coming out of her ambush. Let's see if she comes in on me. Nope, she's just going to overwatch. I did just nuke 2 of her people. Okay, she's taken off. Backing up. Alright, how do I want to push this? I do want to do some damage here. What's your initiative? 140! I don't think I can beat 140. Can anybody beat 140? No. So if she wants to go next, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. My fastest is Big Sue, so we'll go with her. Yeah, so she's going. She took her toxin damage. She's still alive. I don't think she's got a ranged weapon. She could have tossed some grenades there. Oh, she walked right into my ambush. Well, that's probably you're dead. Yep. Getting a lot of kills with Chris here today. She might even level up. So that's 2 for her. Did I just take some damage? What do I have going on here? I don't see anything. There's nothing there under debuffs. Weird. Alright. So 3 down. 1's still up there on the stairs. We could maybe try to get in an angle. Gun's fine. So Waztrix is way back there. I've got to go pretty far up to see if I can get an angle on her. And I can't really make it. She's hiding behind the pillar there anyway. We'll just use this and Overwatch. There's really nothing else I can do. I could heal, but I'm not down that much. I think I'd probably okay at this point, because we've knocked out a bunch of their heavy hitters. Most of the people that are dangerous are down. I can push there with air. Yeah, let's do that. I don't have to actually see the enemy, I just have to get in range for my servo skull, and I can start sending the skull in after him, causing problems. So Waztrix is there. I don't think I'm going to be in range here. Yeah, she's still pretty far away. And nobody's in range of my skull. So the other one is down there. Yeah, they're still pretty far away. Oh, somebody's in range now. I can just hit Lazine, so sure, let's send my skull after her. It's costing a little extra. She probably has an ability that increases the cost. My gun reloaded will give me another cheap skull attack. Oh, now I can hit both. Or not. It doesn't seem to want to swap between the two. Yeah, I thought it was on her at first, but maybe not. Alright, just hit her with the skull again. I reloaded, so we got another cheap attack. So I might as well take advantage of it. I may want to go ahead and swap weapons now. Yeah, let's switch to the Mangler. So we're just going for straight up damage now, rather than some damage over time. We've got them hurt. Nothing I can do. What else can I do? We've got Mind Scrambler. I forgot about that. No targets. We've got Delay as well if I want to do that for next turn. I don't have much else to do. It's really just drop an Overwatch or Delay. mean, there is somebody up on this level, so I think we want to overwatch, just in case she comes this way. It's not going to let me stay here. Can I not overwatch? I can't. Alright, fine. In that case, I will delay. That'll just mean I'll act faster next turn, essentially. I'm just trading action points now for stuff later. It's going to move me. I don't know where. Oh well. I don't have control. I don't have any movement left. So, Morag. Just push in here. Actually, there are... Well, there's a battery there. That's the salvage casket out there. Yeah, most of the stuff's in this building. Sure, we'll just push in on this one. Not going to get in range, but I can drop an overwatch. I can jump. I mean, that gets me a little bit of distance if I want to trade action points. Sure, I can do that, I guess. Now I can jump across that way. And now we're next to Chris. So there is that Waztrix over there. Overwatch. Nothing else I can really do, I don't think. Well, we could get a field scan up. So the field scan will give me some bonuses, but also will give me some defensive bonuses because of my passive that I've got. So it helps me avoid getting tagged, but also helps me hit the enemy. So yeah, just do that. Okay, who do we want to push with? Got you set, so we could use Chris. We could use Air. Either one would be good for pushing here. We bring the heavies up. Let's do that. Okay, I've got space. So we can check this body as well on the way. Not any problem. What do you got? Level 5 Brute Cleaver is okay, not great, I don't care. I've got a bunch of cash, so I really don't care about grabbing stuff unless it really hurts the enemy, and then I think it's kind of funny. Alright, what do we want to do? I can shoot you a bunch of times, high graze chance, but it will damage your armor. So 3 shots I can get off. If I do basic shots, I can't do 2 basic shots. Maximum's about 220 damage, something in that range. Or we can do one of these and that's it. That high graze, it goes to 50% on my shots, which is pretty massive. Let's take a couple regular shots instead. Yeah, it's just, this gun's just not doing enough damage. I've got a decent crit chance with it, and I shoot a lot. So I kind of hope to get some crits, but there, see, I got like none. I did knock her down to about half with 2 attacks, which isn't terrible. But, you know, you kind of expect your heavy weapons to do a bit more than that. So I'm going to kind of just duck back here, take a knee, keep her safe. Alright, Lazine's the one inside. We hit with the servo skull a bit, so see what she does. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see the AI grab something and then run for the exit and just bail. Apparently the batteries are radioactive. She's got a radioactive debuff there, picking it up. Taking the elevator, that's going to put you up near me. She walked into that, took a bit of damage. She's now about half health. She's sending her skull at my heavy, not nice. Got a crit too, holy crap. Alright, that's not nice. That's really bad. Oh, almost dropped Big Sue. Stunned her. Did a lot of damage there. Alright, that we cannot allow. She's at 7 health. Okay, well, you're gonna die for that. 100%. And we'll try to get XP with Chris, so yeah, let's have Chris do some damage. Could probably charge her, but I'm just gonna move up and start smacking her. You're already at about half health. Let's smack you twice, that'll probably kill you. Oh, it's close. She's badly hurt. One more time should do it. That's what you get. Okay, and I do have room. We can take a look and see if she's got anything good. Level 5 will take pistols, definitely not bad. I think I've got one, though. If not, multiple. The level 5 adrenaline shots are also quite good. I think I'm actually going to take those, because we can take both as one spot in the backpack. So they get people back if they're downed. And just the higher levels, they come back with higher health, essentially, when you bring them back from being downed. And then we can peek around the corner, avoid getting shot. Can't get close enough to hit her, but I can shoot her at least once. Or she can evade it. Well, that's disappointing. I've got free reloads, so I will do that. And then I'll just try to find some kind of cover. That'll sort of work. She's probably going to shoot at me. I could hang out behind this. I mean, that might be the safer thing to do. Yeah, we'll just do that. She's at least got to move to take a shot at me that way. She might just bail. Nope. She's actually going to fight Chris up close. Probably not the best idea for you. Kind of want to check if I have any negative status effects are going to damage me when I take my turn here. Peaceful, stun resistance, she's gravely wounded, she's stunned, that's it, so no damage. So she's not going to die when I take an action over there. She's just going to lose some action points, but I can actually do something about that if I want to with air. And yeah, why not? I don't get a chance to do it that often. I've got stun nullifier, except she's not in range, it looks like. Gonna move up a bit, that's fine. Stun nullifier on Big Sue. So that will remove her being stunned. So she's not going to have to pay the action point cost. It's not a huge deal. It also gives her some stun resistance for the rest of the match, but that's not going to matter. Because we are about to murder their very last person. And air is going to be the one to do it. Take a shot. Reload. Take another cheap shot. You're dead. There we go. Okay. So I can stow my weapon and still have one space, so we can pick up one thing. We'll check her body real quick. Anything good? A couple level 5 meltas. Sure, we'll take those. Alright, so now it's all about just grabbing the loot. I can't reach any. Everybody's downed. Overwatch just because. Okay, so we're into looting round already. Right, you are gravely wounded. So who's going to backtrack? Actually, we've got Little Sue, so we want her probably to go down, grab that one, and see if I can make it to that salvage casket as well. Let's start with her, because she's the furthest back, so we'll try to grab the furthest resources and then go from there. You actually, yeah, she's taking some damage, so I could have actually gotten rid of the damage over time on her with air as well. I forgot she got hit by that chem thrower, so she's actually taking like some acid burns and stuff. What level? Is it on the ground floor? It looks like it's on the ground floor. Alright, where is it? Is it not on this floor? No, it's right there. Kind of hard to find stuff sometimes. Okay, then I want the salvage casket, which I think... just want to not get turned around, so I need to actually head towards the other building. So this door off here, yeah, it's there. So it's out this way. I don't know if I can make it. It's super close. Hey, we can get it. Okay. So everything else, I think, is inside the other building. Chris is the furthest up, so we'll just send her in first. There is one up on the roof. I'm going to leave that for now. So I'll drop down. Looks like those two are on the bottom. Not 100% sure, though. Yeah. So we'll just yank these out. Okay, and the turn. Sometimes on the map it's hard to tell what level stuff's on, so you kind of have to play around. You can highlight stuff, which is very nice with the control key. Air. Let's have you... Yeah, it's just the two left, so we just need to... with her, we can cheaply call the elevator and move the elevator around, so if we need to guess which floor, it actually doesn't cost me really any action points. 3 or 5? Let's check 5 really quick. So it's a little hard to tell from the map. Okay, it's 3 or 1. I had to guess it's 3. Is that right? No, it's not. It's actually on the first floor. Everything was on the first floor. I just didn't notice it because it's in the opposite corner. Okay, just gonna end the turn. There's just the one left. We can just grab it with whoever. It doesn't really matter. Big Sue coming through with 7 health. Pretty crazy. She's got decent armor, too. So yeah, she got really trashed. Those last 2 shots, the crit from the servo skull, and then that voltaic pistol lightened me up. Nearly finished me off. Of course, I didn't bother healing, and I could have healed before that, and I would have been basically fine. That's all the resources. It'll still let me take my action if I want to do anything, because there are, you know, crates and things around. Yeah, something popped up there. I think I just lost some movement points. Is there anything nearby? I do have room, so I mean, we could just grab some more stuff off the corpses, I guess. See if there's anything else I want to take. The Kalma, I really don't care. I can look for free, as long as I don't take anything. It doesn't cost me any action points. So I will go ahead and take this. I've got a bunch of level 5 plasma pistols. I don't mind leaving my enemies with plasma pistols. It's kind of fun to take all their stuff. Alright, you know what? I'll take that, I guess. Yeah, we'll just strip the corpses completely. We'll take all your pistols, since I've got the room for it. Alright, we'll call that good. Getting a little bit of revenge there. Nice decisive victory. Took everybody out. Nobody grabbed stuff and escaped, which they probably should have done once they started wrecking them. We did get banged up pretty bad, though. At this point, the enemies have good enough skills that you can really get one shot or almost one shot by one person. Especially the leaders, they can dish out a massive amount of damage. So even with your good armor, even with your evasion, even with your high agility, all that kind of stuff, you can still get unlucky. And then there's also the whole crit chance. So your toughness negates some of the enemy crit chance. So you want to have decent toughness as well. But even with all of that, you get hit enough times, just you can't survive the damage. And I narrowly avoided going down there. Alright, we got some melter grenades, adrenaline shots. We'll take pistol, a couple plasma pistols, not a big deal. Most valuable fighter actually goes to Little Sue, which is a bit surprising. I think it goes to whoever does the most damage. I would have thought Chris, because she took out a bunch of people. Only one for Little Sue, but she did take out the enemy heavy. She dished out a ton of damage. No taken down. Nobody taken down for Big Sue. Nobody for Morag. I thought she got close. One for Air. 3 for Chris. Pretty darn impressive. I would have given her the MVP. No new stuff in the shop. That's too bad. Let's take a look at our levels. I do like having a Deadeye in here since I don't have my leader, who's also a Deadeye, Jackie. So I've got kind of my backup leader still running. I could swap her out, but I feel like we're a bit weaker with my regular heavy. So I was hoping to kind of get some abilities or something, but it's not really helping me much. I've only got one more max upgrade point left. Okay, well, the options are alertness, which gives me some hit resistance, so chance to graze. Intelligence helps me avoid enemy armor when I shoot at them. Strength does nothing for me. Melee prowess does nothing for me. So it's really like a point and something, and it's really... Those are probably the main ones. Toughness is okay as well, because that gives me some crit resistance. If I go alertness, that also makes me faster, so I think I'm actually going to go into alertness, and that's the last point for her. She can't get any more of those. So we'll confirm that. Skill-wise, everything is maxed, right? Everything kind of makes sense for her as well, although I don't use double tap much, because you get the action points back if you crit, or I crit shot and just shoot somebody twice. So I'm more likely to just shoot somebody twice. So I have no skills I can put points into. And all I can do is put points into things that don't matter. So strength and melee prowess, neither one of them makes any difference at all for me, because if I don't use a melee weapon. Strength does nothing without a melee weapon. Melee prowess does nothing without a melee weapon. So it's just kind of like, I'll spend the points just to spend the points. That's essentially all there is to it. Chris might level up here. I do have skills I can level still. Iron Will, we've got to get willpower up. So willpower needs to be much higher. So I'm just going to push willpower up a bunch. It helps get rid of like a potential debuff at the start of the turn, so you have a decent chance having high willpower, but that's really about it for really positive things. I think I've got enough. Yeah, we can level up Warcry to stabilize as well. Hey, there we go. That gives you the level. More action points and a bunch of overclock points or max stat upgrade points. Very nice. So now everyone is level 10, although I'm definitely going to take her out again because she's just barely level 10 and we've got skills I still need to level up with her. Little Sue, doing really good, has really good skills. Fearsome Reputation isn't that big a deal. It could help me avoid getting hit in close combat. Some of the stuff is limited to leaders, so that's why she has some of the stuff like Heroic Barrage and stuff. Yeah, I think all of that works. I've got points. So what do we want to focus on? Make you faster? Let's do a point making you faster, because that also helps me avoid getting hit. She's actually naturally quite tough, so we can push that up to 19 without spending any points. Intelligence I pushed up a bunch because it helps me just punch through armor. That might be something to focus on. I'm going to give you a couple points of toughness, though. At least. I'd like you to be a bit more crit resistant. Let's make you quite a bit more crit resistant. Just do that. Skills are good on her, I think. Air, I think all my skills are maxed. Yeah. I even played around with changing some stuff. I don't have a lot I can do for you, though. We've only got 4 points left. So agility could be higher, sure. Alertness could be higher, sure. Both of those help me avoid getting hit, or avoid getting hit as badly. Toughness is maxed. Could go for more crit chance, but it doesn't really matter when I'm using the needle rifle. It only matters when I switch to the mangler. 4 points. Let's get a point in alertness, a point in intelligence. I might just spread them out a bit. I'm tempted to go like 2 in agility, because that helps against ranged and close combat attacks. Do 1. I guess we could just burn everything, just use it. Yeah, so we'll just do that. So that'll be kind of her set. Alright, Big Sue. Again, I could change her weapon up, so that might help a little bit too, so we could swap out to a heavy bolter. 268. I've got points. I could push accuracy up to max, so that'll increase her crit chance. It's only increasing it by 5% though, if I put all into that. She could be harder to hit. She's got okay crit resistance. She could be faster, and this also helps get those grazes rather than full-on hits. Really high intelligence, so I'm kind of pretty good at punching through armor. I kind of feel like after this last one, I want a little bit more survivability. But killing spree, I think we could get rid of. Self-preservation, sure. Reinforce. After field repair or tune-up, I get a cheaper attack. That kind of helps more with stuff I've got to field repair more often. Having the 2 auras, I'm not sure about either. Yeah, I could definitely get rid of killing spree, I think. Oh, okay. Controlled memory wipe effectively targets and erases clusters of memory in the subject's brain. It's rather invasive. By House DeLocke for use in their own agents to safeguard the confidentiality of sensitive information. Other houses since adopted the method. Becomes more dangerous with repeated use as the subject's bind gradually erodes. Additional precautions must be taken, increasing the cost of each subsequent use on the fighter. So it just costs more the more times you have to wipe something. Fine. Okay, what's going to make more sense for me? What do we have? Stress resistance. Don't really... Well, stun and stress resistance. Heavy-footed trades... So it's cheaper to shoot stuff, but you get less movement. It's interesting. Retribution. I have to be shot at, take a normal or critical hit, and then I get cheaper attacks. Let's see. None of these are really going to matter, because it's like one-handed things. Yeah, or it's going from one to the other. Yeah, it's one-handed. Yeah, not going to matter. Plant adaptation. After carrying... No. Rebel in blood. After melee attacking? No, melee trained, we're not a melee. After carrying, yeah. Less cost to disengage. More HP in exchange for less action points. I mean, that's okay. But you can get up to 75 extra for only minus 10. That's not terrible, actually, if you max it out. Or you can go extra movement and action points in exchange for HP. Not sure about that one. Performing melee attack, no. Heavily wounded, gravely wounded, less cost for tactical skills, Defensive reaction. Yeah, I could see going with extra health. Or I could see going with heavy-footed, because that's going to massively decrease. If it's all the way up, it's minus 35% cost, which on a heavy weapon normally is 30, so essentially you're reducing it by a third, so you're dropping it to like 20 to take a shot. But you lose a lot of movement. I think that's actually worth it. It's a passive, it's always in effect, so you're just wielding a heavy weapon, it's automatically triggered. So you've got that minus 35% cost. Only for basic shots, though. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and learn that, and we'll get that upgraded. So that's going to decrease the cost of my attacks a bunch. Now, if I want to switch to a heavy bolter, we want to up the accuracy. What do I even have? Should be a way to sort out heavy weapons. We've got heavy plasma guns. Preferably level 5. Level 5 heavy stub gun. Shoots a lot. Short range, though. It's only 30-meter range, which is pretty close. See, like, even the heavy bolter is 50. I do have a level 5 heavy bolter, so I could switch to another heavy bolter. Level 5 las cannon, you can see the average damage is quite a bit lower. It does have good range. Big initiative hit. Actually, it's not as bad of an initiative hit as the heavy bolter. It's 20 hit precision. The las cannon's only minus 5. So las cannon's pretty accurate. Again, you might want to push for crits there. It's going to do a lot more damage on a crit. Yeah, I mean, I could kind of see trying the las cannon. Maybe I'll try the las cannon. Heavy plasma gun. See, the average is 61, which is really bad. So 81 to 160 on a crit. Whereas the las cannon, 174 to 192. So yeah, it's a real crit-focused Let's try... I'm going to try going ahead and doing that. Let's take her on a mission with the las cannon instead. So that automatically put the autocannon away. So it's got the good range. It does have a high jam chance. Stability is good, critical hit chance good, hit precision good, so it's pretty accurate. So as long as I'm not grazing with hits, if I can get crits, we're in good shape. So yeah, I mean either way, we go heavy bolter or we go las cannon, we want higher accuracy. I want at least 2 points there. I've got 3 left. I don't know if I'll put them there or if I'll split it up, maybe go like agility, get intelligence maxed, something like that. But yeah, we'll try out the las cannon, I think. We'll do that next time. And I could put Jackie back in. I kind of like having a longer range crew. If I have Jackie in, we could take Morag out for somebody else, because I like to have a Deadeye in here if I can. We could just swap Air and Corey back and forth through the same class. It's nice to have one of them in. Chris is now max, but we want to give her some more XP. Yeah, I think we'll take this group one more time, just to try out the las cannon. We've got the backup in case it doesn't really work. And we'll kind of go from there. All right, yeah, this has been more Necromunda Underhive Wars. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.